Hey folks, this is Michael Sheena, and we've got right now the brand new Chevrolet Cruze. I've been driving it around here today for a little bit, along with some comparative cars, the Civic and the Corolla. So I just wanted to kind of give you a brief tour of the vehicle and some thoughts on my driving experiences. The Chevrolet, of course, right now has the jump on the competition simply because they've got the new kid on the block. You can certainly tell that in every aspect of this car. One of the really fantastic things about it is the interior refinement. Really is a notch above everything else right now. And it's an enjoyable car to drive. We've had it on some back roads. We've had it on some freeway. Smooth. Quiet. The quality of the materials, if you look right here, this is a harder plastic. It is not the dash cap is not a soft touch. You're basically limited soft touch to like here on the armrest, which slides out a little bit, and here where you'll put your elbows. But the graining and the matte finish on these plastics is very pleasing. It's certainly you don't feel like you're in any sort of a penalty box here. This is a soft touch material here with a light colored leather, and on the black leather they have a black textile because they didn't want to go too monochromatic. And of course on the cloth they have the 3D textile as well. The controls are easily to master. I hopped in this at the airport and was ready to roll in no time at all. You just pop this sucker on here. This, of course, is a loaded model, so you've got the automatic climate control. Nice, of course, is that it repeats your instructions up here, so that you know if you're driving along and you'll have confirmation that you're doing the right thing there. Hopefully, I didn't drown myself out. But I was saying that you've got the confirmation of controls in the information display here. Well thought out here as well. Of course, you've got some configuration options. You can pop in here, for example, under vehicle settings, air quality settings, all that sort of jazz. Easy for you to figure out, no problem whatsoever. Of course, the thing I love about GM cars, for example, is your ability. You've got your readout on your tire pressure. Very nice to have, simply because that way in the morning when you're starting out, you know exactly if you're going to need to adjust pressures or anything. Good control layout over here, easy to adjust your mirrors. There's no controls hidden behind on some of the other cars like the Corolla, for example. The mirror adjustments are kind of behind the steering wheel. Nothing like that here. Overall, got your cup holders there. Grab handles. All four doors. They didn't skip the driver. A nice woven headliner, kind of a premium feel. This is a texturized plastic, but again, it looks quite nice. So let's kind of take a look at the other features here. If we go back into the back here really quickly, of course you're not missing your armrest for the rear passengers, which is nice. As you know, for example, the current Malibu doesn't have that. Next one will. It's always nice to have that. And if we pop open the trunk here, you can look here. Because of the suspension setup, you have a really good cargo capacity in the back here, which is nice to have. And I have not noticed any issues. Some people are like, well, no independent rear, but I have not noticed any issues in driving this car and the drivability of it. The Civic is a much louder car. It has the independent in the back, but it's louder. There's more crashing around, and you can definitely feel that. Of course, these are all the 1.4s turbo that they're showing us today. The 1.8 they're telling us will be in the fleets for us to evaluate later on. But here we're looking at the 1.4 turbo, and it's a delightful little motor. It's very tractable and mates up well with the transmission. I never felt that the automatic got in my way, so I was really pleased about that. And overall, I think the fit and finish on this car is excellent on all the examples that I've driven today. You can kind of see some of the details here with the weather stripping, an additional strip here, down along here. But basically it's 2.5, not quite a triple, but a 2.5 on the seal. Nice. Glove box here, pretty commodious. A small little map, little cubby packet here on the side, and again another kind of bottle holder there. Again, just looking at it from the back here, from the other side, just this nice cocoa color, not just your traditional black. Again, really kind of gives it an extra premium look to it. And we've got some other models here we can kind of maybe quickly sneak in, hopefully, and take a look at these while nobody else is around, and kind of give you a brief example of what I'm talking about. If, for example, you've got the Civic over here, and then you've got the Corolla here. If this is the Corolla that I drove earlier today, and you can look at what I was telling you about, of course. The controls, for example, the clock is down here, crazy, really hard to see. Mirror adjustment back here. Again, it was a fairly quiet and refined car. The Civic was louder out of the bunch, but no great shakes here. And I mean, you can really sense the amount of refinement that they've gone through the Cruze when you do a competitive analysis on these cars. Again, I'll just quickly show you the trunk back here. So I think we might have a darker colored interior right here, and you can kind of see that textile I was talking about, and the finish really, again, even on the base models, looks quite good. And I don't know, I think this was the black leather in here to kind of give you another look. You've got your black leather here. Again, as I was saying, you don't have that. You wouldn't have a vinyl or leather look like on the light-colored leather. They went with the textile to kind of break up the monotony. So that kind of gives you a brief overview of some of the models we've driven today. Hopefully, you find that a little bit educational. And of course, there'll be more test drive impressions when these get into the fleets and we have them back home.